The man's feet was moving. Hey, the elder called for Psalms 81 and 5. Read that. Psalms 81 and 5. All right? Hey, this is all I ask for you Egyptologists. This is what I ask. Can you translate one hieroglyph for me? I didn't ask for two. I asked for one. One. Just one. Can you give me half a translation of one? How about you just translate 2 or 3 characters and tell me what that say? But you believe that. You understand? Hypocrisy. Read.
It's the book of Psalms, chapter 81 and verse 5. Look it out. This he ordained in Joseph for a testimony when he went out through the land of Egypt, where I heard a language that I understood not.
Read it again.
This he ordained in Joseph for a testimony when he went out through the land of Egypt.
So the Most High went out through the land of Egypt, Pete.
Where I heard a language that I understood not.
So all Egyptologists, man, and brothers dealing with being Hamites and they really Israelites, man, he said he heard of what?
I heard a language that I understood not.
It's the Most High. He said he went through Egypt, he heard a language he even understands. So he ain't dealing with that. No matter what they say, he ain't dealing with them, period. That's right. Right? If he had an understanding of not understanding their language, whatever they saying, he ain't dealing with them, period. Point blank.
That's right.
You see that? They don't know what them people are talking about, man. Hey, but you know, Satan always comes and try to take it away the word, but he can't do it out here. Look at this gathering is strong, man. Hey, I always say this though, when somebody come on scoffing, Israel descend on that man. His loins was fat. Yeah, brothers, what? You don't believe the Bible? Like, the brother bowels was failing him. Y'all was scaring him, man. Be merciful to the scoffer. Let him hang around a little bit. I wanted to know about the Shatsu. He ran. Hey, I'm gonna tell you something. His woman had more wisdom than him too. She stood up to the side. She was like, he drunk. You know? She knew him already, how he get down. Hey, I don't know. That he's the Mad Hatter. But look, man, we out here to tell you the truth, thus saith the Lord, and nothing else, all right? We trying to show you blacks, Native Americans, and Hispanics that y'all are the same family according to the Bible.
That's right.
All right? All the archaeology points back to it. All the history points back to it. You go to New Mexico right now, you see the Decalogue stone, got the 10 Commandments in Hebrew, elevation 1,800 feet up in the air. Who put that up there, right? You read the book Lost Tribes in Promised Land, and this is Esau's account. Came off them boats, and the Native Americans met us with Deuteronomy 6 and 4. Because they thought, oh, well, these must be our brothers coming from afar, only to be deceived. They was verse 48 and through 50 of Deuteronomy 28, that nation that came from afar to put them chains of iron. That's who Esau really is, man. Even this, going to the football game, that's the Greekish fashion, which we love more than our own culture, that the Maccabees try to teach us. We just have Feast of Dedication. The Maccabees was teaching you how not to be a coon. The Maccabees was teaching you how not to be a sellout. You read the book of Sirach, it tell you, sell not your brother for all the gold in Ophir, man. Never change a friend or a faithful brother, because it's hard to find them, man. And what you're looking at now is brothers, man, of long times, man. Brothers that go way back, you understand? And now we do the work together.
That's right.
All right? You got new brothers that just join camps and just learn how to speak and teach. You got new sisters that come around. Your family is increasing even though you might not be able to see it, man. All right? A watch pot never boils. Y'all heard that before? You watch a pot, the water won't boil, but you just turn away for a minute, you turn back, the water's boiling. That's the same thing with the truth, man. It only been a little time we've been in this captivity in America compared to the grand scheme of things. Only been a little time. Less than a blink of an eye for the Most High. But when the Most High save us up out of this captivity, it will be glorious, and all the nations gonna recognize. And like we said, every knee's gonna bow, man.
That's right.
And look, every knee's gonna bow to us because Christ said we co-heirs to His glory. So we're gonna get the same respect that they're gonna give us the same reference they're gonna give Christ. You understand? Yeah, every tear gonna be wiped away. There'll be no more remembrance of the former things, man. But guess what? I say, hey, we'll be like, what did David say? When the Most High returned Zion, we were like them that dream. Was that real? Was a crusty devil really over me? Was my woman really wilding like that? Was my children dying in the streets like that? For real? It's impossible. Even now, we was just talking about it earlier. If you look at Esau, if you look at the devil, you have to ask yourself, how did you get over me? That's right. Wow. Like, if we could reset now to the beginning of the race, right? The beginning, before they fired a pistol, we at the beginning. How could these devils overtake us, man? Even with numbers, right? That's how you know the Most High is real, because he had to break you down, all right? He had to break you down. You said what?
He was on the front, but he was dead. Now he's up there.
A lot of these brothers that walk up here that look like zombies, we really out here for them, right? That's right. Right? Some of us, sometimes we pass on brothers thinking this truth is not for him, when he the only brother you out here to teach, man. You know? Some of the brothers that's high on drugs, some of the brothers that's destitute and they stupid, we here to call them out of that, man. Yahushua went to the island where the man was tearing himself, running around in the graveyard, man. We wouldn't even think to talk to a brother like that. And Yahushua took the demons off the man. This is part of our duty as Israelite instructors, is to call to the brokenhearted, to the destitute of our people, and to help them stand up on their feet. Y'all understand? What you holding? Oh yeah, read.
This is the book of 2 Timothy, chapter 2, and verse 24. And the servant of the Lord must not strive, but be gentle to all men, apt to teach, and patient.
We must be apt to teach, man. That's why we always say, learn the doctrine for yourself before you try to go out in the highways and byways and instruct others. A lot of new brothers in this truth, you know what? They come into the truth trying to bring their family in. And I'm gonna tell you something. If you were studying, you would know your family ain't trying to hear that. A prophet get respect everywhere, but where? In his own house. They not trying to hear you, man. Your mother done changed your stinky diaper. You think you're gonna teach her? Huh? Your father taught you how to ride a bike. You think you're gonna teach him the Bible? He ain't trying to hear that, man. You know what they want to see? They want to see consistency, man. They want to see you never put that pork on your fork again. They want to see you never put that shellfish on your fork again. They want to see you wear your fringes and keep your beard the entirety of the time they knowing you. They want to see you stop going to Christmas. They want to see you stop going to Thanksgiving. They want to see you stop dealing with New Year's consistently. Read.
This is the book of Luke, chapter 4 and verse 24. And he said, verily I say unto you, no prophet is accepted in his own country.
It says no prophet is accepted in his own country. Just to land me back on the brother Yahweh. You see, when you go across your family, when you go across your old friends that you knew in the old neighborhood, they all just gonna look at you like, oh, what you talking about? This is a fad. This is just something temporary that you're doing. This is just something that you're doing because you're bored. You know what I'm saying? They're not gonna look at you like you really got blessed by the Lord and you really came across this knowledge and the Holy Spirit is dealing with you. They're not looking at you like that. They be like, oh, this nigga just trying to follow a trend. This nigga just trying to be a black supremacist. This nigga just hate white folk. They don't see that the Most High God is dealing with you and you love your people, so you want to separate your people from the walking cancer known as Esau. Right? They don't look at you like you are coming onto ancient knowledge. They look at you just like you just following a fad. Right? That's what the brother Yahweh was saying. Don't expect your family to just cling on to this because you got blessed with it. No prophet is welcome in his own house, his own country. They look at you as the same Hennessy drinking, blunt rolling, Saturday night chasing the women dude you used to be. They don't understand that you've been baptized through the Spirit and you're a new creature in Hamashiach Yahushua.
That's right.
They don't understand that. Right? Read that one more time for the people. I'm like, y'all will all break it down too.
It's the book of Luke, chapter 4 and verse 24. And he said, verily I say unto you, no prophet is accepted in his own country.
And you can't get mad about it. Like the brother said, they look at you like you still drink Hennessy and chase women and smoke weed, man. Because when you was doing that, they didn't respect you. See, that's the thing. When you was living like that, you wasn't no man of respect. You was just a nigga, right? So how can a nigga elevate himself above me to where he's teaching me about God? That's why it's so important to raise your children in the truth, man. so that their reputation remains spotless throughout their life. We ain't had that chance. We'll always admit we was wicked way longer than we knew what was right. So we gotta be humble. Hey, we gotta be humble if the Most High raised up a brother and he's over us and he just came in this thing. Because what the Bible say, we all gonna get the same penny. Read what you got.
This is the book of 1 Kings, chapter 2 and verse 2. I go the way of all the earth. Be thou strong, therefore, and show thyself a man, and keep the charge of the Lord thy God, to walk in his ways, to keep his statutes and his commandments, and his judgment and his testimony, as it is written in the law of Moses, that thou mayest prosper in all that thou doest, and whithersoever thou turnest thyself.
That's David, what he left for his sons to follow. Give me that in Ezekiel. Read what you got.
It's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 4, and verse 1. If thou will return, O Israel, saith the Lord, return unto me.
No, hold that. No. Read this.
This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 39 and verse 23.
Listen good. Hey, listen good. That might be good. Read.
And the heathen shall know that the house of Israel went into captivity for their iniquity, because they trespassed against me. Therefore I will hide my face from them, and I gave them into the hand of their enemies. So fell they all by the sword.
See, that's what you get. That's what you get for not minding the Most High. He give you to the hand of your enemies. Yo, the Most High don't come off his throne, take off his belt, and spank you. You know what he do? Oh, you don't want to serve me? Oh, hey, Esau, come rule over them. Right? Oh, you don't want to serve me? Hey, Moab, come rule over them. Feed them cat in their city. Feed them dog in their city. Some $5 micro shrimps, right? That the hustlers eat in front of the Chinese food store. Is that shrimp? What is that?
You don't know what it is.
It might be snails. I don't know what it is. Right?
What it is.
Oh, let's set up the Hamites. Or even worse, let's set up Amalek and provoke them to jealousy and let him say he's the Jew and let them say that they are nothing. That's how the Most High fix you for being disobedient. Right? Read what you got.
This is the book of Hosea, chapter 13 and verse 9.
Listen.
O Israel, thou hast destroyed thyself.
This is why I hate when people come up and say, you worship a God that'll put doo-doo on your face. Ain't that what Polite say? You and sa nigga, ain't that what he say? You worship a God that'll smear doo-doo on your face, because when you read the prophets, it said I smeared dung on their faces. And it came to pass too, because in them slave ships, where did you go to the bathroom?
Right on
where did you get your cycle? On top of each other. That's why dysentery set in. And scurvy and all the diseases that Esau brought. All the diseases that you've never heard of in the land of Egypt. You got smacked with them, right? Like, that's why the Bible's a true book. He asks us why we believe that book, because everything came to pass.
That's right.
Read on.
But in me is thine help.
All you got to do is turn back to that Lord. Mind him who's smiting you. Every time the Most High smack you on the back of the head, you looking around like, who did that? It was the Lord.
That's right.
Right?
God.
Hey, and he is the Lord of the Israelites.
That's right.
That's right.
So that's the right music. Because when Yahushua comes back, his garment is going to be dyed red. Hey, we're going to be asking each other, who's this that come from Bozrah? Yo, who's that come from Dedan, man? With his apron red like that. Who is that, brother? Why is he taller than all of us? Why he got a bag of crowns on his back?
That's right.
Who them crowns for?
That's right.
That's how we going to talk to each other, man.
Wake them up.
Hey, that music is amping me up, man.
That's
You
right.
can do nothing against the truth but for it.
That's right.
So you're going to ask yourself, how do we get out of this hole? How do we get out of this situation? The brother said, that's what I want to know.
But
No, ain't no buts. That's the problem with Israel. The Most High say, don't eat pork. But
you know why?
no, we don't know. And the Most High say, don't be a sodomite in the city. Do you know why? The Most High say, don't be a thief. But the Most High say, don't hate your brother in your heart. But do you know why I hate him? Because we always talking back. We will not mind him who is smiting us, man. This is the answer you looking for, Jake. Right here. Read it. Now read it.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 4 and verse 1. If thou wilt return, O Israel, saith the Lord, return unto me. And if thou wilt put away thine abominations out of my sight, then shalt thou not remove.
Come on.
And thou shalt swear, the Lord liveth in truth, in judgment, and in righteousness.
Come on.
And the nations shall bless themselves in him, and in him shall they glory.
Come on.
For thus saith the Lord to the men of Judah and Jerusalem.
Who is he talking to though? The men of Judah and Jerusalem, Israel. Come on.
Break up your fallow ground, and sow not among thorns.
That means tend to your garden, man. Now look well after yourselves. Stop sowing among thorns. In other words, we have we looked for a nation.
For vain help. Lamentation.
Say it again. Where's that at?
Lamentations 4 and
Read that. Let the Bible say it better than me, because I dropped the scripture. Let the Bible say it better than me. Lamentation
4 and 6, 4 and 7,
4 and 17.
4 and 17.
And Jake want to leave, shaking his head, because he will not mind him who is smiting him. I said a lot. I said a lot. What you want to hear?
I ain't going nowhere.
You want to hear this Bible?
No, I know it.
Oh, you know it?
And I'm still learning.
Okay.
But for you to talk,
I'm talking.
which is wisdom,
Okay.
you gotta listen to the questions of the people as well.
Don't you gotta be patient?
You gotta be patient too.
I'm in the middle of finishing the scripture. Can I finish?
But you just talked about me while we're walking off.
Because you walked away shaking your head.
So therefore, I shook my head for a reason.
What?
Because you weren't listening to me.
But it wasn't your time to speak.
That's
the Bible
right.
says you gotta speak in due season.
Right.
It wasn't your season.
Who says it's not my time to speak?
The Lord.
We listening. We listening.
No, they listen.
We're your people. I'm listening too.
No, you left.
Because she didn't want to listen to me. What I'm saying, but
Come on, brother. How can I listen and
I'm
you
not
listen?
rebuking you. I'm not rebuking
Can
you.
you hear this Bible?
I'm not rebuking you.
Can you hear this Bible right quick? And after, no, don't focus
I don't
on
care who walks
it. He's
up on
doing
me.
his job. Can I read?
I'm Israelite. I'm Moorish nation.
Oh no, we not Morris Nation. That's a byword.
Hey, don't judge. Don't judge. Because
What scripture is that?
you don't know who.
Give me 1 Corinthians 6
You
and
don't know who
2.
people are out here.
Hold on.
What I'm saying, look, my brother.
You're going to demand to speak, and I'm going to be merciful and patient. You have the
I
floor.
don't demand this. I was asking you a question when I said.
You got the floor. You have the floor.
When I said but.
You have the floor.
Okay. What I'm saying is, we've been raised to be Baptists, to be Israelites, to be Christians.
Who raised us to be Israelites?
Your patience didn't show just then. I'm speaking to you how I was raised. My mama raised me that. Come on, brother. My grandmama raised me that.
Come on with it.
My family raised me that.
Come on with it.
So therefore, we all been raised on the religion of what we've been raised on.
And now what's your
So
question?
therefore, the knowledge that you're giving us, you got to give understanding. For us to
Nehemiah 8 and 8.
For us to understand, not understand.
No, that's
So
not-
what I'm saying is, the scriptures have been indoctrinated to change minds. That's why the King James Bible says the King James Version. The scripture was written from Sumerian tablets, but therefore,
When you go into Samaria,
but still,
they don't keep the law, statutes, and commandments. Abraham was called out of that land.
but I'm not trying to debate with you.
But you said something that wasn't true, and you said everybody's listening. So when you want me to tell them the truth?
Everybody is listening. That's why you got your crowd here. I'm listening too. I'm here to give wisdom as well.
So you must let me speak.
But you didn't let me speak.
So the prerequisite for you to listen to me is I have to listen to you first.
I apologize for interrupting. I said but.
Apology accepted.
I said but because I wanted to get a deeper understanding.
But you gotta let me finish. We can talk to you all day. We ain't going nowhere. We got the signs. We got the women and children. We ain't going nowhere.
But people have questions.
Okay,
So therefore you can't. What I'm trying to give you, man.
That's Satan.
What you're doing is wonderful.
That's what the Lord is doing. I am nothing.
So the Lord is omnipotent.
Yes.
The Lord is omnipotent.
Okay.
From my belief or your belief.
Okay.
He's way beyond what you're trying to or what we trying to do.
Yes.
God is merciful.
Yes.
God judges the heart.
Yes.
And he said, "Thee who knows more is held more responsible because of the knowledge."
Yes, he who knows will be beaten with more stripes.
So therefore, when you give it, break it down to the simplistic essence of people who have been learning.
So don't you gotta listen?
Yes.
So let me teach. I'm gonna show you.
Attitude. Go and level up.
Hey, like this. Like this. Like this. All right. Now, here is why we are in this situation with all them religions and all them doctrines. Read what you got.
Nehemiah chapter 8. Lamentations chapter 4 verse 17.
This is why.
As for us, our eyes as yet failed for our vain help. In our watching, we have watched for a nation that could not save us.
We watched for a nation that cannot save us. This is our problem. We hoped your Mormonism would save us. It don't. We hoped your Muslim doctrine would save us. It don't. We hoped your Egyptology would save us. It don't. It made our neighborhoods worse because now you got women walking around talking about I need 4 and 5 husbands.
That's right. But, like I said earlier,
But again.
can I raise my hand?
Go ahead, brother. Go ahead, brother. Go ahead, brother.
It's on you, King.
You got with this type of spirit, you just gotta let him go. Go ahead.
Let it go. Cause God got my spirit, not man.
And then we edify off of what he
God
said.
got my spirit, not man.
And then,
this is what I'm trying to get you to dig, man.
Go ahead, brother. Go
Whether you dig it or
ahead.
not.
Not too much longer. Go ahead, brother.
Hey, not too much longer will I be here.
You all ain't gonna be here for much longer. There's gonna come a time where we won't be here.
No, not right.
That's right. Yes.
You know the Most High, and we won't be here in your presence. You know the Bible says a brother like you is going to go from the east to the west looking for brothers teaching the word of the Lord, but you shall not find.
That's right.
And now's your chance to hear the word of the Lord, but you want to talk.
But the Bible also says, judge not and be not.
Now that spirit right there, that's effeminate. Now that's the church now. I don't like that
That's the
spirit.
church, yeah,
I don't like that
But
spirit.
that same Bible you read about, it come from the church.
No. 1 Corinthians 6 and 2. Listen to the Bible. You said I can't judge. Read.
This is the book of First.
You said I can't judge. Read.
This is the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 6 and verse 2.
What does it say?
Do ye not know that the saints shall judge the world?
Who are the saints? The Israelites. You said you knew that. We're supposed to judge. Read on.
And if the world shall be judged by you, are ye unworthy to judge the smallest matter?
No, I am not unworthy, and I can judge the smallest matters. So the Bible says I can judge. So you stand corrected. Is that all right? Is that all right? Be a senior man in front of the young people and say, that's all right. Okay, good.
This one, and I apologize if I can't.
Apology accepted. Now, can I teach?
Respectful way. I'm gonna let you teach.
Okay, he gonna let me.
I'm gonna walk away.
Why are you gonna leave? Look at all the illustrious educators we have behind us. There's more brothers that can teach.
I'm not here to debate with you.
We're not debating.
But to win.
To debate, you have to be knowledgeable on the subject matter.
I'm on it.
You didn't even know we could judge.
No, you can't judge.
We just read it.
He drunk.
Who said I'm
Oh, you drunk?